Dave, we just talked with Will Smith, of course, with him going on the IL. Just first, I guess, what's the plan going to be for Chucky Robinson? How do you see him kind of getting in to give Dalton a break here and there?
I see Chucky catching tomorrow, catching Roki tomorrow, and then Dalton will probably catch Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then Chucky will catch Tuesday, and then then we have the off day on Thursday, I think, and then hopefully at that point in time, there's a real conversation that we'll be back.
With he was mentioning that it's just kind of the inflammation on that right side, potentially disc-related. Does that have any concern for you, or you just feel, based off what he's been telling you, that a just 10-day stint could be a good spot for him?
Yeah, I think that's more, it's just kind of talking to Will, talking to the trainers, and just not really wanting it to go in reverse. And I think that it's certainly probably playable if we needed, but to what cost? And I think that right now, I just don't think it's smart to, run Will out there just because he's Will Smith and he'll do it. We got to take care of his health for this year. And so I think that, I don't think it's a serious thing, but I do think that us taking care of it right now on the front end will pay benefits, later on.
Do you have any, preferences or concerns about who you pair Chucky with as far as the pitcher?
No, I think the only person I really feel really convicted on is having rushing with Shohei, just because I think he's just been around Shohei more, and Shohei's kind of pitching is more nuanced. I think everyone else I feel pretty comfortable with Chucky, and I think, having him camp, I think that he's certainly caught other guys too, but he's certainly more familiar with Emmett and Robo.
How did yesterday was Rushing's first time for Shohei? How did just that dynamic look?
You know what? I thought it was good. I thought, obviously through 6 innings, it was one run and an ambush homer, and there was the walk, there was an infield hit, and then obviously the double. But I thought the rapport was great. I thought Shohei still, there's more in there from Shohei, but I thought as far as the rapport, they did a great job together.
Bullpen had that great scoreless run in May. Now in June, the ERA is like 9. Is that just the volatility of a bullpen, or what do you see there?
I think it's certainly the volatility of the bullpen. I think that's the case with all bullpens across baseball. But I will say this, though, is that we talked about the walks yesterday and then also the slug. That's something that I just think that when we're really good, we minimize both of those. And so I still feel that we're better than a 9 ERA, which I know that it'll balance out the rest of the month. But, our guys, we have a high standard for our guys in the pen.
Do you have to make some different choices on where you're going to use some of these guys, especially the younger guys?
Not really. I think that, Henriquez is the youngest guy, and I would say that he's probably of recency performed the best. So, I mean, you're trying to protect guys, but the guys are the guys, and I feel confident with all of them. And so, when they get the baseball, they got to go out there and do their jobs. So this is a good opportunity for everyone. Whether you're a veteran guy, you've been around a long time, or you're a young guy, cutting your teeth. This is a good opportunity.
So during that scoreless streak, you just figured you were going to be good for the rest of the year. You didn't have to worry about it, right?
I don't know if that's the case, but we were pretty good for a stint there.
When you look at the guys that are just recovering, I know there's still some more time that Evan Phillips is going to need as he's building up, but just those guys, their kind of timeline, do you feel like they're getting closer to being ready if you need that support from them?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think Evan's coming, Edwin's coming, Brock's coming, and so those are some guys that we really feel good about. But I think for me, it's right now just more focus on the guys that we have and trying to make sure that they're, throwing the baseball the way they're capable of.
Is Brock starting to rehab soon?
He is. I think he did. He's kind of in the live session, and so I think he's going to start his rehab pretty soon.
And Tommy's nearing the end of his.
Tommy is nearing the end of his rehab stint. I'm not sure what is his last day. What day is his last day? But it's getting close.